We're here at last.
Exactly. So it's so lovely to meet you.
And you.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you, but I don't.
I know, it's exactly the same. That's what I found really peculiar about some of this. Like even with Maxine, and you feel like you know people from their Instagram, but then you really don't, do you? You don't know how they are in real life and things. But you know, it's all about the fashion and the clothes, isn't it?
Well, exactly. Yes, but it is funny. You do kind of resonate with certain people, and you have that connection with certain people almost straight away.
Yes.
And other people, it takes a little bit of more of conversation. So yeah, it's a strange thing. But it is lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
I'm going to crack open a beer now.
Yeah, I've got a little glass of wine because I think it just helps. I'm just going to grab my pencil because then I can tick off what I've done. Okay, so I haven't asked everyone. I think there's a few other people obviously get going on this. I know that Holly, her start, she's doing really well on her Insta live chats, but I wanted to kind of go for and I don't mean it any way, shape, or maybe the people that I feel like have been really working hard on Instagram and they should have more followers. Like, one of those I really feel they should be like 10k and above.
Oh, bless you, thank you.
No, I mean, because like, you can tell that people are nice, and you can tell they've got great fashion sense, and that, you know, you can mix it up with high street and it looks designer. And I think that's really, I just wanted to go for those people that I know are like working hard at it, if that makes sense. So
thank you. I've just had the biggest kind of girl crush moment. Emma Hill just put me on her post, and I was having a massive freak out literally just before I done that.
Bless you.
Thinking, wow, persistence, it would seem, does pay off. Yeah. So yeah, I was having a chat with Suze. You know Suze at the Star Toast, who was one of the first people
She's another one. I'd love to meet her. She seems like
Suze is one of my first kind of Insta pals, and we were just having a massive chat on there about the fact that Emma put me on her post, so I was made up. Yeah. So it's good.
It is good. It is. And so, right, so I'm going to go straight in and then ask you who or what then inspired your Instagram account, seeing as we're on kind of chat.
Yeah. I don't think it was inspired. I think it was more intrigued, really, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I thought that Instagram was for, you know, other people. I knew of it. I'd heard of it. I'd never seen anybody. I didn't know anybody on it at all. And it took years for me to get anywhere near things like Facebook. The whole social media thing didn't really, I'm a technophobe, and it just seemed a bit ick, really. It kind of, here's me having my fab day with my fab, and it all just seemed a bit kind of weird. So
not cold, but yeah, I get that. Yeah. I understand that.
Just a bit kind of, a bit gloaty, if you know, that sort of thing. It seemed a bit odd. And I thought Instagram was pretty much Facebook, but for the Love Island crew. Yeah. Because whenever I heard about it with a Kardashian or something, you know, something that it just seemed like a bit of a celeb thing.
Yeah.
Trust me, if I'd known that you could go on there every day and bore people rigid with your clothes, I'd have been on there years ago.
You don't bore people rigid.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean. I know.
Do you know what I mean? I love clothes. I love talking about clothes. If I knew that there was a platform for that, I'd have been on there years ago. I was that annoying friend that would say to people, "Oh, take a picture of my outfit before you went out in the evening on holiday." Back in 2002. So
yeah.
That's sort of, I've been that kind of kid for ages. But I didn't really know anything about it. I didn't know it was that sort of platform. I thought it was literally just kind of, like I say, Instagram. It was a Facebook for young kids.
Yeah.
And then there was a lad at work who was talking about his neighbour, who I don't know her account. I wish I did. She's considerably younger than me, but she has a fashion account. He was just chatting in the office about it. And of course, the phrase "she gets given things to wear" came up, and all of a sudden I switched on and started paying attention. Thinking, I'm sorry, could you say that again, please? People send her stuff to wear? So I thought I started, and then a couple of the mums at school were on it. and sort of sent me an invitation to join, and I did, and not with any intent. This was a long time before I started posting. And it still seemed a bit odd. But then just out of nowhere, I think I just thought, okay, I'll have a look at it. And then I saw all these wonderful ladies and their fashion accounts and thought, hang on, I kind of like this. So it sort of started like that. No real intent, no clue whatsoever about what to do, and didn't know a hashtag from anything else.
Yeah.
So I've kind of felt my way a little bit blindly with it. But yeah, it's a bit of a love-hate Insta, isn't it? You kind
I think that's what I sort of try and ask people, because I think I've definitely had a bit of love-hate. I think originally, like a sort of, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, because I'm so glad you've said yes to this, because you've got a lot more to say than you let on, young lady, I swear. So thank you anyway. But I think that's exactly it. I think you can get so far, and then I don't know whether it's hate, but you think, am I doing this for the wrong reason? So you question yourself, and then you question sort of whether morally it's right. I think you sort of go through all those phases of am I pushing clothes when we shouldn't be, and things like that. And I think that's exactly what happens. So is that love hate, and you sort of switch on, switch off, and then you sort of think, oh, let's crack on with it, don't you, as well?
I think it can be very much like that. I think it's a definite love hate. You have those great Insta days, God knows why or how. There's no reason rhyme to it, is there? That's the other frustration. Why did that one work when this one, So there's a lot of that. And I think you can also, obviously there's the comparison game, which is a very dangerous one. Again, because some accounts absolutely fly, and others you think should fly perhaps don't so much. And it's a really difficult one. And I think you could really beat yourself up and go around and around trying to figure it out. You could try and second guess it. I think you could try to be a bit more like that account or a bit more like this account. And I think that's when you start to get a little bit lost, because if it's not consistent and it's not you, then you're just constantly going to beat yourself up. But it's very easy to do those things. It's very easy to look at that account, right, that account's huge. What are they doing? What can I do that's like them? But then you're losing kind of the whole point.
Exactly. You're losing part of you, aren't you?
Yes. And that's when it all gets a little bit tricky. And I think I'm still a victim of that. I still tend to kind of go around a little bit and think, oh, is that going to look good on Insta? And then I kind of have a chat with myself and say, right, hang on. That's not what it's about.
No, and I think I'm with you, because like occasionally, I like bright colours, but it probably isn't, say, on a working day, wouldn't always be what I go to, unless it was an event or something, and I might go. But then you can look at clothes and go, oh, that would look good on Insta, and you might buy it, and but actually then you're kind of like, do you love that piece of clothing? Do you really love that piece of clothing? And I think both Maxine and Rachel have both said you can also then get influenced by other people and think, oh wow, that looks great, I'm gonna, the post did well, I'm gonna buy that, and then somehow it just doesn't necessarily work for you either. Like, you might buy it, wear it for Instagram, and then are you wearing it after? And I don't think you do that a lot. I think you stay very true. That's what I don't think I have one style, but I feel that you are not that it always looks the same, but you're true to your style, aren't you? I think. I hope so. I've certainly, I had fallen into that rut that I think everybody does. I've got lots of clothes. And I was literally, I know people say that you wear 20%. I was probably wearing 5% of my wardrobe. Okay, yeah. Just the same stuff in the same way. And the pieces I had were lovely, but they weren't bought for sort of every day, I suppose, if that makes sense. Yeah. Or if they were, I'd gone off. I was kind of a bit of a victim of, but that would be nice for this, or that would be nice if I go to that, and I never go to this or that. Yeah. So I had all this stuff that was lovely, or I bought into the hype around a collaboration,
that actually wasn't really me. Now, I've bought some fabulous things for those from collaborations, particularly H&M collaborations that I love. But I've also bought them because it just seemed like the thing to get. That collaboration was huge. I ought to own a piece from that. And then it never gets worn. So I've got a lot of things that I've never worn or haven't worn enough. And I think Insta's been lovely in that I have genuinely rediscovered a lot of the things that I have and worn them in different ways because other people have shown me actually that pair of cargo pants doesn't always have to be worn with that Breton. It can be worn with something else, you know? And that actually jeans and a tee, which is my language entirely, can actually be done, you know, dressed up, dressed down, whatever. So I kind of like the rediscovery that I've gone through with that.
Yeah.
I have tried lots of different things as well. I don't think I wore a dress unless I was on holiday.
That's so funny.
For Instagram.
Yeah.
Literally, I had a handful. I don't have many now, but I had a handful of dresses. But they were beach dresses.
Yeah.
And I would never wear them here. Even if it was scorching, you would never see me in a dress.
I'm a shorts and t-shirt. I mean, I've even got shorts on today, which isn't really the weather, but I think as long as I'm warm on my top half, so I totally get that.
So I have enjoyed embracing some other bits. I mean, I know myself well enough now that there are some things I would never go near because they just immediately won't work on me. But dresses with trainers, sign me up for that all day long. That's completely up my street. If I were to do it in a really dainty, girly way, that I know that wouldn't work and I would feel like a tit. Yeah. It wouldn't work.
I always say I feel like sometimes, and I think, and especially heels, I feel like I'm sort of a woman as a man in drag, and that's why I always say that to my husband. I'm always like, and he's like, no, it's got to feel like I'm like
absolutely
layers removed from it.
Yeah, I love a dress up if it's a dress up do. Yeah. But so if I can dress down skirts and dresses, that's been lovely. So being influenced in that sort of positive way and coming out of your zone, if it's a place that you're comfortable in, is great. I think. And I have enjoyed that. I'm not suggesting I've got it completely right yet. So I'm still kind of feeling my way.
Who does?
But I think as long as there's elements of me in there, so that's lovely of you to say that I kind of stay true to it because that's what I'm hoping is the case. Yeah. But I also love the fact that I've now got a kind of not legitimate reason, but I can go for a massive try-on session and. Because I'll see all the pieces that other people have bought and I will then go and try them. And that's lovely to just go for a big old trying on session. You don't get much time to do that. Who gets, the changing room to themselves. But when you do get it, and that now gives me a much clearer eye of, yes, that suits me, no, it doesn't. Yeah. And maybe trying it with other pieces because I've seen it on here. So I think it is Marmite and it is love and hate, but there's a lot of good stuff. I've certainly very much rediscovered and found new ways of doing things with what I've already got. It does make you buy more, doesn't it?
It does.
Unfortunately, it really does.
If you know what, I'm going to tell you before I ask you another question, that you wore that satin skirt. I think it was a beige from Zara, and I'm kind of like, because especially when you put it on with trainers, I'm like, I can do that. And then it was all sold out, and so I was kind of like, but then they had it in gold. And I'm thinking, actually that probably is a little bit more like me, and so I bought it, and I'm still kind of it's still on the unsure, but that's exactly that. It's kind of buying something that you might not have, and you see it on someone else, you go, oh no, that looks really cool. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, those skirts, I love those, and that would be unheard of a few years ago for me to have tried that. But as you say, stick some Converse with it and sling a blazer on, and on you go.
Off you go. That's what I didn't put in the question about your hashtag, but I'll ask you that in a little while. So okay. What I like is that you've said the mums that you found out at school that have a couple of accounts, do you sort of have similar style? Have you sort of taken on any tips and tricks? I think that's the other thing is if you've got other people to talk about Instagram, you can kind of feel a bit more normal about it, and it's not
Yeah, no, I haven't, unfortunately.
Okay.
But so I don't have any. I don't know many people that are on Instagram that I know
Okay.
kind of before Insta. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I was really kind of feeling my way, completely blind.
Okay.
And that's the other reason I kind of loved it when I did have a look, because I love clothes and I love fashion, but lots of my mates don't really.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I wanted that whole kind of opportunity to talk clothes with people.
Brilliant.
Which sounds dreadful, sounds really shallow, particularly in light of everything, but that was kind of a nice thing. It's nice. I love clothes. People, mates of mine, look at me and raise their eyebrows. What are you wearing?
I get that though.
Because it's not their thing.
Yeah.
And I completely get it. And one of my best friends has no interest whatsoever if it comes from Prada or Primark. She couldn't care less. And I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
That's brilliant.
So it was kind of nice to have almost like another little community that was a kind of escapism, different world that I can be completely anonymous in as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I kind of cringe a little bit if people I know personally that aren't Insta people kind of follow me, because I always think, oh no, now it's kind of real. And I don't like it.
That's really similar to me. And also I get sort of the odd sort of person that go, oh, are you on Instagram? And so how many followers you've got? And I'll be like, well, not many. And like, and then you sort of feel a little bit kind of, oh, is it not embarrassing? But I kind of feel like I've got my reasons for doing it, and I love interacting with all of you ladies as well, and seeing what you're wearing and things. And I think, oh, I don't want to go into that whole kind of, well, I'm not really. And they're like, oh, are you an influencer? Oh, no, not really.
It's funny, isn't it? It's got that cringe factor.
No, I know.
Do it because it just feels. A friend of mine said quite some time ago. She said, "Oh, I haven't seen your Instagram for a while." I said, "Oh, don't worry. It's just the usual narcissistic self-indulgence," because it kind of feels like that.
Exactly.
So, like, because I'm always rushing around, I'm always a bit late for everything, and I'm trying to be in two places at once. So to then spend time on this feels quite selfish sometimes, and a bit sort of unnecessary.
Yeah,
but I just think that's.
But it is necessary. I think it is necessary, especially once you've started and you've committed to it. I mean, my husband never gets it. It's like, oh, you're on the phone again, or oh, he makes comments, and I'm kind of like, well, yeah, but it's a process as well, I think, for you and for everyone, because I think even now, once you get to a certain, if you don't post like Prosecco Bunny, everyone really missed her when she was gone.
Absolutely, it was lovely when I saw her back.
Exactly. And so it's actually, there is a network of women that are supporting and want to see you, want to see what's happening, and I think that's lovely. That's one of the
it is nice. Yeah.
Okay, so on that, what do you enjoy about producing the content? I think you've sort of covered that in some of your, but also what do you dislike? Are there photography moments, or kind of, because I liked it when you moved a chair in and you were like, oh, I'm putting a chair in.
I think that's the thing. I think the hardest part, sorry, my son is literally trying to crawl on the ground around me, trying to get something.
I like put mine away, like, don't come in. Like,
I think it's the time, isn't it? That's the thing that people resent, and that's the thing that's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And that's why my photos tend to be at home, because I haven't got a photographer following me around all day. No. How lovely would that be?
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
And yeah, the kids are bribed to take pictures on our walks now, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the whole, it's got to be something that I can fit in fairly quickly. I can't agonise over. I wouldn't know how to do filters and things particularly. There's like one I use that kind of makes the colours look a little bit better, but I couldn't spend hours. I wouldn't have the know-how to agonise over content.
Is that right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I try to do it so that it doesn't take as much time as it could.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's the time that you then have to invest once you've posted. That's the hardest part. The photos I kind of like, because I will go upstairs and I'll pick that out and I'll think, ooh, and I might actually try it with that instead, or whatever. So that process I actually really enjoy.
Yeah.
some things work, some things don't. But I kind of enjoy that process of let's try this with this. It's then the time that you feel obliged to invest beyond that I find super tough.
Yeah.
I love having a conversation. I would love to make really conversational comments with every single thing that I see.
Yeah.
But you literally would not have a life outside of that. So it's that balance, I think, that's super hard.
Exactly.
And I think one of the very, very first Insta meets I ever went to, there was a lady there who obviously had a very big account. Again, I can't remember who it was, unfortunately. And she said the only way to get anywhere on Instagram is to be shared by a big account. And I was very, very, very new to it. And I thought, well, how did you do that then? And I'm still wondering how on earth you do that. So it's a very difficult thing, isn't it? I kind of like it as I don't have any designs on world domination, fortunately. But it's nice to have.
slowly catching monkey.
Well, maybe.
I know.
But it's nice to be able to have time just to have chat with those people who are always kind of chatting on your account. And are consistent. It's lovely.
Yeah.
But so I think, it's the time that I dislike, but the actual putting the content together and taking the shots, I kind of enjoy that, if I'm honest.
Okay. Lovely. Brilliant. Okay. So what would you like to see more of on Instagram or, just in general? Maybe fashion, more on Instagram, I think, really.
I only look at fashion accounts, if I'm honest. I don't really go... there's a couple of interiors accounts, but I do tend to stick, again, because of time, really.
Yeah.
If I'm following all sorts of other accounts as well, I think that would just be harder, really. It just, because you feel like you should invest.
And you don't get to see them, and it does dilute what you're interested in. I think I sort of, at one point, I thought, should I have an account? Because I worked in interiors, so I kind of wanted to see interior stuff, you see, as well. And so I ended up just having an account with no posts whatsoever, and just trying so that I could see what's happening in that. But then again, there was no interaction, because it was just to purely see what was happening on brands and things like that, for work. So I get it. I mean, that's why I've brought on sort of the co-host from What a Monday as well, because just I want to reply to everyone. I want to. It's like a whole day, and then I have a full-time job, I have 2 kids, and you just sort of that's really hard.
Sorry, my daughter's in
No, go for it. Thank you for helping out technically as well. I do that. I get my daughter.
I know, bless her. What am I doing wrong? Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
No, I love interiors and I love gardens and I love all those things, but I just
tell. Your kitchen looks lovely.
Black background for a kitchen.
Nice.
So I love all of that, and truth be known, I get more excited about a lamp than I would about a blazer. But I just can't. I don't know anything about lamps, and I do know about blazers.
You do know a lot about blazers, and is that sort of because I loved the belt. I hadn't even seen that, and then when I went on the gold one, I then, because I do go on Pinterest, and I was like, it's on Pinterest as well, and it was really well done with the blazer. I've not thought of doing that before.
There's tons on Pinterest. Fashion Week was riddled with belted blazers. It was huge. So it's lovely. It's just, again, I like to see the same pieces done differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to see somebody wearing something different every single day. I want to see those relatable pieces that everybody's got.
Yeah.
Just mixed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Those ladies who can show you the same jeans and tee, and then they'll have a dress over it, or they'll have a short jacket, or they'll have trainers or heel. And I love that. That's the stuff that opens my eyes, and it's just real. And you've all of a sudden got half a dozen outfits out of something that really was basics. And I love those accounts. Yeah.
And to be fair, you said you've got a lot of clothes. And so I think also from your style, you've obviously got classic stuff and what we would call a capsule wardrobe, but then adding that one other little element to it, making it like modern and current as well, which is And you do that really well. You do that really well.
That's
you do. I like to compliment, but I don't say compliments if I don't mean them. So, okay. So what? So how would you describe? I think I've already maybe how you describe your style, but how would you describe it? And have you got favourite brands that are go-to and pieces? Obviously, blazers.
Blazers, because I'm a jacket and coat girl. I could wear. I'm happy with a handful of pairs of jeans, maybe more than that, but jeans or trousers. You know, some plain t-shirts, plain jumpers. But for me, it's the coats and the jackets. Okay. And I've always been a bit like that. And I think, you know, I'm that kind of boyish, slouchy kid with their hands in their pockets. That's me. And I've been like that for decades. This is, you know, that's been my style forever.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, when I was about 20, I owned this checked, double-breasted, slouchy suit from Next. And I loved this thing. Absolutely. It was oversized. In the 90s, I had those big, oversized checked blazers. And, you know, so this is not a new development for me, the blazer thing. And I think because you kind of have to work with what you've got or haven't got.
Yeah.
I am straight up and down, no boobs, no hips, no bum. But I like that. I kind of like that. I can't do anything that has a waist. Yeah. I can't do anything that needs boobs. Got big old shoulders. And so things do hang, I suppose, quite well.
They do. It's got a great set of legs that you don't get out very often.
No, yeah, I do not get shorts. That's about it. So I go with that, but it's kind of androgynous. It's fairly masculine, boyish kind of style. Yeah. And if I do girly it up a bit, there's always something that's kind of broken it down as well at the same time to get that balance. Yeah. I say I do love a dress up, but I'm fundamentally, that sort of boyish, masculine style is my go-to, really. Yeah. And those are and again, because we like what we like, those are the accounts that I will sort of zone in on. If I see somebody doing something different with a slouchy pair of jeans or a boyfriend pair of jeans, I'm all over that, and I'm straight away, you've got me. But I'm a coats and jackets girl all day long. Love it.
And that's where your hashtag came from. Was it to see more blazers?
Yeah, I think so. I see, they were friends of mine, and she said, "Oh, I don't think I own a blazer." Well, my jaw hit the floor. I didn't know what to do with myself, because to me, that's just. But she has a totally different body shape, a totally different style, and so because I love seeing jackets and jackets styled differently. Yeah. And blazers were huge. Everyone seems to have one. Yeah. I just wanted people to try and put them over things they wouldn't necessarily. I got some messages, can you have blazers over dresses? Yeah, of course you can. And blazers with shorts, I love at the moment. Yeah. Absolutely loving that. So yeah, I think it was just to kind of see what other people get up to, really.
And it's to bring out that, so I think it is also what you were saying earlier, probably to also not just see what other people are doing, but inspire them to do things with blazers. It's a really good two-way street, that, I think.
I love the blazer thing, and people do. They come up and they're super colourful ones, really patterned ones, print ones that I wouldn't necessarily go to, but absolutely love seeing what people do with them. So yeah, that's where the blazer glory comes from.
Brilliant. Okay, so I think we didn't really speak about favourite brands and favourite brands. We sort of touched pieces, but
I am a high street girl.
Yeah,
really. I haven't got the budget to go mental. I am a Zara girl. Who isn't?
Who isn't? That's
who
exactly
isn't
like
a Zara girl.
Who isn't? Exactly.
And again, it's always a little bit of a love-hate. Their sizing is the most extraordinary thing I've ever seen. I can be a small and a large in the same day, which is odd. But I've loved them since the day they started. I've got pieces from Zara. I've got a pony skin black coat from Zara that's got to be over 20 years old. So
yeah, I've got a vintage Zara.
Yeah.
I've got quite a bit. My first working suit I bought from Zara in Spain.
Oh.
And that was a grey pinstripe, and I love it. It was lightweight, so I could wear it in the summer, which UK wasn't doing. All your suits were heavy, kind of wool sort of fit, and and I've still got it. I can't get in the trousers as much now, but the jacket still fits. Yeah. And it's that vintage Zara. When people talk about fast fashion, I think actually Zara, if you're choosing quality pieces from Zara,
You get the good pieces.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be fast.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, they do have some throwaway things, again, like most stores do. But absolutely, I've got some ancient pieces from Zara that I absolutely love, that I'm all my go-tos, without a doubt. So yeah, I'm a Zara girl. But then they do cater for absolutely everybody. So it's not a particular style. I'm a COS girl, without doubt. That kind of, you know, that
I
pared
found
back.
them through you, actually. It's very kind of Copic Danish sort of.
Very Scandi, very pared back, quite structured, really simple. Absolutely love it. It's one of the only shops I go in, and everywhere I look, I'm like, oh, and I don't know where to turn, and I just have to shut my eyes. Yeah, I've always loved COS. Is it Arket or Arquette? I don't know quite where the inflection goes on that.
Always like, is it Market but without the M? I'm South
Yes.
So it's Arket.
It's Arket.
Arket.
Yes, I'm not sure it's Arquette or Arquette, but I love it, whatever it is and however it's pronounced. Again, but really beautifully made pieces. Obviously very ethically on point, very sustainable, really does think about the brand, which I think everybody has got to kind of sign up for.
Sure.
But they're absolutely beautiful pieces. I've got loads of stuff in there. I like stories, but there tend to be only a handful of pieces in there when I go in that I absolutely love. So yes, I love going in there for a good browse, but COS will do me every time. I will never come out without something.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So yeah, those are my brands really. Those are my go-tos.
I thought you might say those. It's good. It's a good thing. It's good. So has being in lockdown changed anything for you in the fashion, sort of how you think about it, and also just in your life really? How did lockdown change?
I think lockdown's just been huge, hasn't it? Whilst we knew it was coming, it seemed to arrive overnight almost.
Yeah.
I think, we had like about a week to get used to the idea.
Exactly.
Nobody knew what it was going to look like, and nobody knew for how long. And I think it was all just a bit strange, a bit surreal, and still is, obviously. I think at the very start of lockdown, I got on my high horse a little bit, and I thought, now is not the time to be talking about clothes. Now is not the time to be doing promotions or product placement or things like that. And I even put it on my stories. Does anyone think it would be a nice time to not maybe have this shoved at you? And it wasn't those people who voted was an overwhelming yes. And then I thought, actually, Sam, it's none of your business really. You need to have a word with yourself, because it's not your account. I know some of these accounts are people's businesses. This is their livelihood, like it is everybody else's. So to me, it felt quite odd to talk about fashion at that time. I wanted to see what people's lives were kind of actually like, and how people were coping, in case there was something I could take from that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I kind of liked the way that everybody kind of got into a bit more real life for a while. It was nice. I thought it was really nice. People did in their gardens, just sitting in the garden was kind of nice. And I was interested in that, rather than this is new at H&M. I didn't care what was new at H&M.
No. Couldn't
have cared less. And so again, that was kind of nice, seeing people. I love seeing posts of people in their joggers and their hoodies. I'm all over that. Rather than looking absolutely pristine in a brand new dress or whatever. So I kind of liked the process that everybody went through. And I enjoyed it, but I do understand that, and I know that we should be supporting brands, but I didn't really think at that time anything kind of consumer worked for me. It did feel awkward, it did feel wrong. Yeah, but I wasn't. I try not to have too many opinions on here.
But I think it's been a natural. I think, as you say, I think it hit everyone obviously at the same time, and I think there was a lull. But the one good thing as well is, what you've already sort of mentioned is, bringing out your clothes that are already in your wardrobe, and whether you're having what you're cooking for dinner or because I think some of those things are really important. Like kind of I always say I'm not naturally a housewife. And you know, this is like, that's a couple of the things that have been like, oh, I feel like I'm washing up and, you know, washing clothes and even that did slow down, sort of washing the clothes and things. But I feel like everyone naturally, and then we needed to be a bit inspired, and then we also needed to help smaller businesses, didn't we? And I think that's it's been that process.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But it was just nice to know, because we all take comfort in other people's familiarity, don't we? I think. And so to know that other people were knocking around in their joggers. They probably didn't get a shower till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're not going to put their face on anytime. So I loved that.
I know.
Because it made everybody feel a little bit normal.
Normal, exactly.
And it was just nice that everybody else was kicking back, eating, you know, crisps for dinner and watching telly. I loved it.
Exactly.
So it was kind of nice to see people beyond the daily outfit. I really liked that. And I think that's, I think Instagram, I've only been on it for, well, it's like less than a couple of years, but I think it's almost gone in, as you say, in cycles. It's those profiles, I think, that are less perfect and a bit more relatable, that are kind of coming through, the ones with a bit of personality, a bit of humour, that aren't taking themselves too seriously, rather than the picture perfect, you know, amazing photography. Those accounts will always fly, but I think the ones that resonate are those real kind of ones where people can just have a chat. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Having said that, the Instagram or doing the posts did make me get dressed. So I thought that was a good thing.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm like, even this, I was like, oh, I better just brush my hair properly and straighten it.
I mean, that's why the headless shots that I'm doing at the moment, because I can't even be asked to put my
I love those.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
really
kind of going with that for a while, because that's really up my street. So I might go with that for a while, see how we are. Yes. But yeah, I think Instagram helped me actually get dressed. But it was nice to see that it was okay to get dressed in your loungies, keep your slippers on.
Exactly.
That kind of thing. Nice to know that we're all human behind the mirror selfie, I thought.
Exactly. Oh, bless. So, okay, where will you go as soon as you can?
Oh my God.
So Prosecco Money was like to the pub, and I was like, I think I might join her, but I also just want a good tapas. Because I know I'll cook it, but I would like a meal out, definitely.
Yes,
but is it a shop? Is it a person? Is it a food?
I go on a holiday with my best mate every year to Greece. So we have been back to Corfu several times, but anywhere Greek will do. And that is our week of just not having to look at our watch and not having to answer that. You know, it's just, and the pair of us have known each other for such a long time. And we are so comfortable in each other's silence.
Nice.
And we can just sit on the beach all day and, you know, read a book. There's no need for any unnecessary chat. We just like being chilled out in Greece. Greece is without doubt, I think, my favourite place. Any of the islands, I'll take it all. Because of that chilled out kind of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would love to go anywhere Greek, basically, when this is over. But just to look at the sea, I could stare at the sea for hours. Just to do something like that.
How I found you. It wasn't Greece, it was through Turkey. I think I was in Turkey, or you had been to Turkey.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's how I sort of found your account, really. I think it was the Turkey, because you go to Turkey, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was through that originally. But
okay.
I'm the same as Greece. Would just be beautiful, I think, because you, like you say, you can stare at the sea, and if you've got a mate that you can be silent with and laugh with, is the best.
Yeah. It's good fun. We've been on holiday, for too many years now. So something like that, I think, would be lovely. But frankly, anywhere. I don't know what travel is even going to look like. It's going to be carnage, I think, isn't it? It's going to be hard work.
Yeah.
I'd love to say that we could all, click our fingers by the end of the year and it will all return to normal. But I think we're in this for the long haul, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, something Greek. Give me a Greek salad overlooking the sea. Yes.
Nice. It might have to be somewhere in Essex. You'll get your Greek salad, but it might have to be in Whitstable or somewhere. Okay, so who or what has kept you going during lockdown?
Well, the weather. The weather's been amazing.
We were so
lucky. Been lovely. I think I've enjoyed having to slow down a bit, not rushing everywhere. That's been really lovely. We do juggle an awful lot with dropping off the kids and picking up the kids and those things that everybody tries to do when they work as well. So not having to do that has been lovely.
It's logistics. It's logistics, isn't it? I always think it's logistics. Yeah.
It's the plate spinning. It's the constant plate spinning.
Yeah.
And perpetually not feeling that you are nailing any of these particular tasks. You're just keeping them going.
Yeah.
So the being forced to stay in one place and not have to rush around has been lovely. The walks have been really, really nice. Just going out for a walk every day and making it a thing that hopefully we will carry on doing has been really nice. I mean, we're fortunate. There's fields literally, just around the corner, and that's lovely. The weather's been fabulous. So I think just that slower pace has really been something that I embraced and has been good, I think. Yeah. Just taking your foot off the gas really has been the thing.
My main worry is how I'm going to put the foot back on the gas and not be too shattered.
I know, that's the thing at the moment, isn't it? We're all wanting it to end, but actually secretly none of us want it to really end quite yet.
I know.
We've always want what we can't have, can't we? So
it's so true.
It's funny, yeah. It's funny. And what you were saying about shopping earlier is, can you hear me still?
I can, yeah.
Right. What we were saying about shopping, the amount of things I've put in my basket during lockdown and then left there because I've had a little think and I thought, well, I don't really need that, do I? And not just because of what we're in at the moment, but I don't actually need it. So I think my perspective has probably changed a little bit during lockdown. Mm-hmm. I mean, we all love clothes. We all love a browse. Everybody likes to, surf the new stuff. But so yeah, I've gone, oh yes, I'll have that. Oh yeah. And then it's just sat there and I'll revisit it in a couple of days. And I haven't ordered any of it because we don't need more stuff.
No. And that is the truth bit. And I'm with you. For a long time, I didn't order anything. So I was just like, really, I don't need anything. And it has made me look at some accessories. Like Instagram has made me pull out some accessories. Yeah. And then I've had a little burst of, I kind of can buy some things. And then I'm kind of, I feel guilty again in some ways. But
it's natural. We all like shopping. We all like trying on. I think after a while, you want to almost treat yourself to something. And how much money have we all saved as well?
I know.
It's got to go somewhere.
It's so true. That's what I keep saying to my husband. Like, we haven't gone out for a meal. We haven't, we're saving money.
Exactly. We've got to spend it.
In that sense that, we've been very lucky in that sense through lockdown. And that's the point. But at the same time, you do have to have a little treat, don't you? I think everyone.
I think so. It's human nature, yeah. But no, I've been surprised at the things that I've gone to buy and then actually thought about it. Thought, no, I don't need that at all. So that's kind of nice. If things could slow down in the amount that they just constantly churn, I think that would be kind of nice because it would be. Now it's just every week. New stuff, new.
And we don't need it all the time, do we? I think that's it. What I do love about your style as well is that it has this sort of modern, timeless feel. So it's very well thought of. It is very well thought through. Okay, so I'll be chatting with Sarah Robin-Schott.
I love Sarah. I met Sarah ages ago. I met Sarah at the very first Instameet I ever went to.
I have. I haven't.
That makes it sound like I met them all the time. I'm not. But the very first one I went to. I love Sarah. She's funny. I want to ask her how she finds these amazing finds that she finds. That's too many finds, but is she just surrounded by the best charity shops ever, or is she just good at finding? And also, where on earth does she keep everything?
I know that's that wardrobes and that's it. You're absolutely right. Where does she find it? Because I also know I'm not very great at looking through. So do they just pop out to her, or is it a good rummage?
Yeah, whatever it is, she has a definite gift.
She does.
She really does. I want to know if there's. I think I saw a post of hers ages ago where she kind of puts things in order, and then she takes one from the top and one from the bottom and kind of makes it work. And it's almost like a conveyor belt. I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it kind of takes the thought process out of it. Or does she actually, you know, sell on loads of these things? Or has she just got the biggest wardrobe ever? Who knows?
That's a really good question. We'll ask her.
Oh, I love it.
That's it. You've done your hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh God, no! I didn't. I thought, oh no, no way! I'm going to talk that much. I did all the talking. I'm so sorry. I wanted to talk to you more.
No, that's not